Hi, and welcome to the 313 final review video. I would first like to remind you how the project will be created and then turned in. You need to create a folder in which you entitle the 3 to 4 files that you need. Please make sure that you include the Excel file, the PowerPoint, the brochure, and then at least the movie clip. You can also put on the pictures and the music into that folder, but the 4 files that you will need for sure will be the Excel, PowerPoint, brochure, movie clip, and please make sure that you entitle it with your last name 313. This segment is also summarized in the top of the final project Word document. Again, please make sure that all the files are there and you name the folder last name 313. The first segment of the document is going to be the Google form and your Excel. Please remember that your Google form needs to have a minimum of 8 questions and that you need to have at least 2 things that you can calculate, 2 answers. So please make sure that you take screenshots of your Google form and put them into a worksheet in your Excel document labeled Survey. You will then download the information into the Excel and then go in and sort for the first name in an ascending sort, and please make sure that you use a formula and a function. To refresh, remember that the formula is something that you build. Certain cells added together, divided. The function will have the term, as an example, average, and then the cells in which you're averaging. So the formula will have all cell numbers and calculations. The function will actually have a word along with your fields that you're going to be using that on. Please make sure that you name this worksheet Google. You then need to create a graph that demonstrates some significant findings. Remember that when you present this, you're going to be presenting it as an expert. So not telling us what you did, but what you found to be interesting, and the graph needs to support some of those findings. Please make sure that you have appropriate titles on the title, the x-axis, the y-axis, and make sure you have a clear legend. Please make sure that the graphs are colored separately. And again, name this worksheet graph. So when you go in to report this, you'll show us and talk about the survey. You will then go in and briefly demonstrate some of the responses to the survey, highlighting what you find to be important or significant. You'll also talk about and show us the graph that is entitled on your Excel sheet. Last name, Excel. The next item that comes into play is the PowerPoint. This is going to be the primary file for your presentation. Please remember it is a non-linear PowerPoint. Couple things to remember with that is to make sure that the user can direct itself to wherever he or she would like to go. You need to have a minimum of 8 slides on a topic that you can use in the future. Please make sure you include a title slide that has a title for your presentation along with an action button to proceed throughout the slides. Make sure that you have good themes. Okay, make sure that you animate where appropriate. And please remember that you have to take off the on click with the slides. That is an animation, and you've got to make sure that only the action buttons will take you from slide to slide. That's a big portion of a non-linear presentation. Make sure that the animations are also set to automatic so they will automatically come on because, again, there is no other clicking involved. I would like to see a lot of different graphics throughout the presentation that, again, are very appropriate to your theme. Please remember, this is also where your movie is going to be introduced. Make sure that it's around 1 to 2 minutes. Make sure that you have transitions, that you use photos, that you use at least 3 text areas inserted within the movie. That does not include your title and credits. So you will have a title, you will then have 3 different text areas in the movie, and then have credits at the end. This movie needs to start automatically inside the PowerPoint. Do not open it up outside of PowerPoint. It should open within the PowerPoint that you are showing to the class. Again, please make sure that you use action buttons, and I'd like to have some chorus from a song on your bibliography. And again, you can use Audacity to create just that chorus. Please make sure that, again, you're using effective slide design, you have eye pop and appeal, and that you have good contrast from the text to the background. Again, this is the major portion of your presentation and the one that you will spend your most time on. The last portion is the brochure. The brochure is going to be, again, a trifold brochure. This is going to be a Word document. You need to make sure you have at least 2 graphics on it. Make sure, again, you look at the spacing, alignment. Eye pop and appeal is also going to be very important in this document. I've also given you a reminder on how the front and the back sides should look. So please realize that when you come and present, you will walk up, you will insert your flash drive into the computer, you will pull up your files, and you will also hand me a copy of your printed brochure. Again, it does not need to be in color, but I would like to see a printed version of that while you are presenting. When you are presenting, you will, at the end, or sometime in your presentation, show us your brochure in an electronic format. So you will open Word and show us what the front, back, and covers look like in an electronic format, showing us both pages. But please make sure that you bring a printed copy to the instructor prior to presentation. The last items are making sure that we have an idea of all the things that we're looking at for the presentations. First of all, making sure that we have a professional presentation. To do this, please remember that you want to give an overview of all the things that you're talking about for the presentation, that you do it in a manner that you're talking to professionals, okay, and that you have the ability to make sure that you give this in a format that your peers would understand. There's also a question on your quiz from this portion. So this is secret question number 2, and that is professional dress, making sure that you dress professionally for the presentation. So secret question number 2 is professional dress. That is the answer. Please make sure that you are in attendance for both projects for all the class times. We're also going to set up a peer evaluation, but the way it will work is that you have the correct order on Blackboard. You will then come up to the computer, hand the instructor your brochure, put your flash drive in, and present, not necessarily in any order, the 3 materials. The usual order is your Excel, your PowerPoint, and then your brochure. Please make sure that you realize you have approximately 6 to 10 minutes to present. And this is the secret question number 1. So secret question number 1 is 6 to 10 minutes. Please make sure that you have reviewed your presentation on a computer that is not your own. Walk through things, make sure things open up on a computer that is not your own. You've got to make sure that you have all the material complete at your presentation. If you are missing components, you will have points deducted from the final project. So please make sure that all of your Excel, your PowerPoints, and your brochure is completed along with your movie. So all components must be working at the time that you present. And again, attendance is mandatory. Please remember that the final project is due the Wednesday of finals week to the instructor. So I hope that this video has helped clarify or just go over the high points of the final project. Please make sure that you complete the quiz online, and I wish you the best and look forward to seeing your final projects.